What's up, everyone? It's Alexa. It is first thing in the morning. Kids are still sleeping, so I'm trying to get some stuff done. I am laying down cardboard in the spots that I cut open in our landscape fabric in the front of our house. I shared in a recent video how excited I was because we finally cleared out all of the weeds and other things that were in this space. And so now we then laid some landscape fabric last night. I'm putting down the cardboard after I cut some holes for where I'm gonna plant some of the other flower seed mixes. In this space, it's typical you would see more, bushes, and we do have a few. We have some azaleas, we have some other bushes behind me. But I wanted to just focus on getting everything out, and then I'm actually planting, it's mostly annuals, because I want to give myself some time to really sit with it and think about what we want to put in here more permanently with more perennial plants. I will be planting hyssop, which is a perennial. I'm really looking forward to that one. But the other plants I'm going to be doing, like this area I'm in right now, is going to be for sunflowers, and then I'll have a place for some giant zinnias. But then the other parts are going to be more so just flower seed mixes other than the hyssop. So that's what I'm doing right now before the kids wake up, and then later on I'm planning to get some carrots into one of our raised garden beds. So it's going to be a good day. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, so I'm trying to get it all done on the front end so that I can take advantage of the rain that's going to come later. So finishing up this cardboard, and then I'm going to lay some compost in all of the areas where I'm going to plant. I'm not planting my sunflowers now or the zinnias. I'm only going to be doing the flower seed mix, and then in a little bit I will plant. I'm going to do an early sowing of some of the sunflowers just to see how they do. I planted sunflowers last year. They grew wonderfully. I didn't know what I was doing. I just threw some seeds into a raised garden bed, and voila, they were great. But this time around, I'm gonna try to keep that same attitude of just go and try. I have a few different varieties of sunflowers, but one thing I am gonna do is take advantage of this wall right here. This is our chimney, because they do need to be staked, and on this wall there was already some wiring kind of set up so where I could have to kind of help the large sunflowers to have something to grow on. So I will have to add a few other supports for them, and I am going to use the wall to do that. But other than that, I'm kind of just going to toss and see what goes on. So let me finish this up and we'll get to planting. Hey everyone, it's Alexa again. I'm repeating myself because the beginning part of this video, when I started filming, it was actually a couple days ago, and then life happened and I wasn't able to come back and film the work that I had completed out here. So I wanted to show that today. I am really thankful, very just excited to have this part done. I've shared how this was one of the bigger projects that for me I just wanted done, probably because every day I come home, it's the first thing that I see when I come in. So I'm really thankful, got it done. Some of the things that I've already realized after doing this, which is, learning as we go, I realized that the shade, it's a bit more shaded than I anticipated. I have paid attention to this. In fact, it's actually a priority for us when we moved in. This will be we're going into our third spring and summer of owning this home. And when we bought this when we got the property and we had officially moved onto it, we said, we don't want to touch anything for the first year. We want to go through 4 full seasons, really see what lives here, what animals are already here, insects, all of that. What happened, what's growing here. We just wanted to get a feel for the land before we touched it. Now there were some things we had to do because it had been vacant for 2 years, and obviously mowing the lawn, things like that, we had to do that. But other than that, we really focused all our energy on the inside of our house and doing our renovation, which I've shared about that story in a different video. So that was where our energy went. And then that first year we just looked at what do we have around us and what's happening here. And it's been neat because even this year is when I first saw foxes. I didn't see foxes the first couple of springs and summers and all of that we lived here. And really it was winter when I saw the foxes. That was just this past winter. So anyway, it's been a beautiful thing. And it's also, again, patience, the practice of observing and really paying attention. Those are all really important to me when it comes to hospitality, when it comes to living in general, and especially when it comes to stewarding the land and gardening and other things. So when it comes to this area, I have been watching it and paying attention to it, but I just did not realize. And I think because there were so many weeds, so much overgrowth of things, I kind of just assumed, I'm like, well, if this much is growing, then I'll probably be able to grow flowers and things, no problem. Which is true, but the type of flowers and the requirements for sun and all of that, that is what I'm trying to pay attention to. So this big area that's in front of my chimney, that's where I wanted to put sunflowers. I'm still gonna do it because I think that they will get enough sun throughout the day, but all their alternatives could be any type of flower or plant that likes to have shade in the latter part of the day. I think that could work there, but I wanna try, because sunflowers it's the vision I had, I'm gonna go for it. But red spike amaranth is another plant that I'm really excited to grow about, and it gives me the height that I want, because they can grow up to, it's about 5 feet. And also I want to do dried flowers. That's something I'm planning on learning this summer as I grow different flowers. So that, anyway, that's something that is a priority for me to grow. And I thought about doing that instead, but because of the way that I chose to lay out all of these different little plots, these little sections of mixed flower seeds, and then also just single, single type of flower, single species of flower, I don't know. I decided I'm just gonna leave it because I'd already gone through and cut it out. So anyway, I'll show a little, panning a little bit. You can see, let me flip the camera around. You can see here, I've got a small little plot there, and in the back, and then I'll move this down. Most of these flowers are all gonna be annuals, except this plot right here. It's about 8 feet long, going the length of our sidewalk. And here I'm gonna actually have hyssop, which is a perennial. Really looking forward to that one. But the rest will be annuals, because I just wanna see how everything grows before I plant anything more permanent. All right, looking out at the pond, I realized I wanted to come check out over here. So I threw a little flower mix in here with the goal of, and I see some little flowers sprouting. My goal here is to just create a ring around this fountain. I just wanted to throw flowers in here, to be honest. This fountain is broken. That top falls off very easily, so I'm actually going to dismantle it. And the what is that called? The part right there, whatever that's called, I am blanking. That also is will just fall over, and it's not safe. My kids love to play with it. Usually I have it on the ground, so I'm gonna have to move it. But what I was thinking was that I would actually have the Southern Hills and Plains flower mix from Botanical Interest that goes about 6 inches to 48 inches. It ranges, the different flowers in that mix. And I wanted something tall here. I just thought it would be kind of cool just to have something nice and big and tall. I don't know. So that's what we're going for. And I was getting a little nervous that I hadn't seen any sprouts, but now I do. My kids are actually going to get water so that they can water this for me, but I guess for us, because it's not just mine. But anyway, I'm really excited. So yes, that's awesome. I didn't go hardcore with the with weeding out this area. I just wanted to get something down. There's obviously a lot more that I could have done, but I was just trying to get something in. And the way that, like with the weeds and all here, I was like, man, if these are covered with flowers anyway, I'm not even gonna worry about it. So that's that. I'm excited. It's been really nice to see so much springing all around. It's been hopeful in the midst of, I've gotten really discouraged because of different ways that I have messed up my seed starting, and I think I fixed it. I did end up I potted some things up, but realized I did it too soon, and then I used fish emulsion in it actually a little bit when I was watering, and that seemed to have helped a lot because the plants are actually doing much better, and plants that didn't seem like they were growing at all are now growing, so I'll take it. I just came to the back because we had some really windy days, and so again the cardboard got blown around, so I have to fix that. We are still waiting for our chip drop. Still, I don't know, man. Might have to just bite the bullet and go ahead and buy some, but it's just a lot, so we'll see. We still have some time, but I'm really wanting to get it in. With Brandon starting the irrigation and getting that in over the next couple days, that's gonna allow us, wow, we have a gopher, or not a gopher, armadillos, and they are destroying our backyard. So many holes. Anyway, I came over here because I was gonna show this. This is our corn and pumpkin little patch we're gonna have. It's nothing huge right now, but something. Speaking of huge though, why? Anthills. We have so many anthills. That's one thing. I appreciate God's good creation, and I really do like ants. But these anthills. Also, something I'm noticing is the plants that I covered over some of these weeds that I covered with cardboard, and some that are just coming right up. Now, I was hoping I was gonna have wood chips so that I wouldn't have to worry about it, but oh my goodness. Let me show you something. Wow. I hadn't been out here in a few days, and this, I hadn't been out here in a few days. Y'all, what do I do with that? What do I do with that? Oh my word. This thing is huge. Like, what? Golly gee willikers. I don't even know, y'all. I don't even know what you do with that. It's huge. So if you have a raised garden bed and you have had ants overtake it, let me know what you did. We hosted a wedding here last summer in August, and there were a bunch of anthills, and we're trying to live naturally and within the earth. We don't want to add, it's easy to just go throw chemicals on it and we could have killed them all and it would have been whatever, but we were trying not to do that and to figure out other ways. Now the thing is, a wedding is one day, so we were able to get it clear for that wedding, and we felt like that was the hospitable thing to do, because we wanted people to be able to come, and a wedding, that's a huge deal. Anyway, so thankful we were able to do that. But then when I look at we've done boiling water and other things on the garden bed, the anthill's never been that large. We did have a huge rain yesterday, and I know that at least from what I've observed, I've seen anthills get larger and other things, and more pronounced, at least to me, after heavy rainfall. So maybe that's a part of it. I've never seen it that big. Even last year when we had our garden beds, we did plant in our garden beds right away, so there was an anthill, but I don't know. It just wasn't quite like this. So that's a bummer. I'm gonna have to figure out something. If you got tips, let me know. I get discouraged by that, but I realize it's because, and this might sound crazy, but we talk a lot about the garden, and there is this romanticism of it, and not to say that it's not real, because I think it is real, for so many people. And I've even read in the comments, people have shared, the communion with the Lord that they have in that, which I'm like, yes. And so much, of course, symbolism too, when you look at scripture and the Garden of Eden and all of that too, right? There's so much beauty in that. Also with cities, because when you look in Revelation, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, but with the garden, there's a lot of beauty. There's a lot of opportunity for that calm and connection. You see nature, God's creation. But then I'm laughing because I'm also I'm looking around and I'm seeing oh, those weeds that I covered and tried to kill and and they're still bursting through the cardboard, and or the other day I was weeding and I pulled something out and I'm like, that looks weird, and then I was like, that's a snake. That is a baby snake, right next to the one of the garden beds. I was like, cool. Okay. I am skittish. I grew up in the suburbs, and I don't want to generalize. Well, I will generalize. I'm going to guess that a lot of us who grew up in the suburbs, like, there is a distance from nature. Like, I could see it at the zoo. I could see animals, like, you know, domesticated, like our dogs or something. But, like, to just be on 10 acres and a fox runs by, which is so cool, but it's also like, it's like, oh, there's a fox, or the cranes that come, or the cranes, like the animal, or, you know, just all the different, like the spiders and the bug, like all of those things it's so beautiful. But then I'm also like, oh, I'm not used to this. And so I'm like so enthusiastic about this garden because I am excited and for all that goodness that can be produced from it. But maybe it's because I've been reading a lot about pests and bugs that will like try to attack your fruit and vegetables, your, you know, produce. Maybe that's on my mind right now. I'm also like, I am afraid of you. So just keeping it real, because as we are making Philo, as we're making this place that is a place of beauty and hospitality and a place where we can grow produce and things and share it for our family and to others, I'm also grappling with the reality that it's forcing me to see how little control I have, that I can plan, I can weed things out, but they might come back. I can plant seeds and some things will come and other things will get eaten by pests or other bugs, you know, but then there are also bugs that eat those bad bugs, and so it's like all good in the end. And like there's in the end it is good, but it is also hard. And so I have to step out of that romantic like sitting and enjoying, and also being like, there's the reality of hard work sometimes is hard. Work is not bad. Work is actually, to me, it is good. Actually, I think work is very good, and that we as people need work. And I think it can have some difficult moments. So anyway, it's gonna be fine. All of it's gonna be fine. There will be solutions, and this is all a part of the learning process, but I can't not connect it to some of these other things. But I don't know. That I was feeling discouraged. Definitely was feeling discouraged, but just like the seedlings, I was discouraged, learned something new, and was able to do better. And that's what goes on here. And I definitely feel like it's never a bad thing to be challenged in your false sense of control, right? It's not a bad thing to be forced to be in the garden, growing, seeing how things are going, and realize I don't have as much control as I thought. So anyway, that's my random thoughts from the garden today, because that anthill threw me off. I don't know why. It was discouraging, but it'll be okay. I'm looking and I'm seeing that some of my spring tasks, while Brandon gets the irrigation system in the next few days, I'm going to be doing some weeding, because I'm looking around right now, and I definitely need to do that along with fixing the cardboard. And then I'm really looking forward to, like, you know, in a couple days, I'm going to get to plant some beans. I'm going to plant the beans. I'm going to plant the carrots. I'm actually going to plant the carrots in this bed right here. So I'll have carrots and onions that will go there. And what a gift. And some herbs too. So that's going to be good. That's something to look forward to. So anyway, I'm going to pause here with my little update. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope that you go be blessed. It is Holy Week. We're looking forward to observing Good Friday and remembering the death of Jesus on the cross. Like that's huge in our family and faith. Like that, this is a very big deal this week. And then going into Sunday, Easter Sunday, Resurrection Day, so much joy and hope and all of that. So I just hope, I don't know where you're at in your life right now, but I do hope that you know that you matter and that you're a valued person, and that there are good gifts that you have to offer the world. And I hope that you go and you make something beautiful, whatever that looks like for you. So be blessed, my friends. Until next time.